Hello and welcome to this video on how to connect with our higher self. First and foremost, we are never disconnected from our higher self. It is us and it is part of us, within us. Before we come into this physical body, we are just our oneness. We are connected to everything and everything. And then we project part of our consciousness into this human body to have this life here on this planet. And it can feel like we are disconnected because we don't have access to that divine guidance, although it is always there. So the key is to make a conscious connection to our higher self. Now, as we live our life on this planet and things play out and we have things that we don't like or we don't like to see, we still launch rockets of desire of what we do want instead and what our desires are. And our higher self automatically expands into that and will be giving us little signs and guidances on the way to help us achieve what it is we are here to do and what's our heart's desires. The problem is when we're not listening to that and we can get disconnected. So some ways to help you become more consciously connected to your higher self. Now there's lots of different ways that you can do that and I'm going to share some of the main ones with you now. One way is to have an inner conversation. So this is in your imagination, in your mind, where you can imagine talking to yourself and then listen for an answer. Now, this can often seem like you're just talking to yourself, and sometimes it can be your ego that's talking back with you. But if you persist with this, what you will find is that the answers that you do start to get are actually a little bit more wiser and have a little bit more knowledge. That's how you can tell that it is your higher self that is coming through. This can also come through from other people. It come through as like an inspired idea. So it's not always from ourselves in our mind. We can actually hear that, and our higher self can give us signs in lots of different ways as well. Another way is to journal. You can write down a question and then allow an answer to come, and then write down another question and allow an answer to come, and then another, and then another. Once again, this can often seem like it's just your ego, that you're just answering your own questions. But if you persist with this, I think the persistency is really the key here, is to persist. You will find that once again that the answers become more knowledgeable, a little bit more wiser, not something that you may have necessarily have thought of or said before. Another way that you can connect is to meditate and just to really clear your mind. Meditation is quieting the chatter that goes on in our mind. When we can quiet that, we can allow ourselves to get our intuitive guidance, which is our higher self, that can come through a lot louder and clearer. The easiest way to do this is just to focus on your breathing, just to clear your mind and just to focus on your breathing, blowing out thoughts, and maybe ask a question and allow that answer to come through. Another way is in your dreams. You can ask your higher self to come through into your dreams, make themselves known, especially if you lucid dream, and to have a conversation once again with them. Ask questions and you will get the answer from your higher self. Another way is to visualize and to imagine that you're going to meet your higher self. So you could go for a walk in a garden in your imagination, or to a beach, or in nature, and intend there's a bench, and to sit down and invite your higher self to come in so that you may see and speak to them. How our higher self shows itself to us can sometimes just be exactly the same as that we look like now. It can be completely different. It could just be a ball of energy. Don't worry too much how that comes across. The most important thing is that you can feel that connection. You will start to feel lighter. You will start to feel more aligned. Your body will feel good. Enjoy that feeling. And if you can, make a daily or a weekly practice to set a date with your higher self, to be able to connect and to allow these intuitive answers to come through, and this wisdom and this knowledge. Your higher self knows everything about you, more than your angels or your guides. It knows everything because it is you. It resides in here. It's just we can get swayed with everything that goes on the planet and around us. So take that time to connect. So that can be in a dialogue, listening and talking in your mind. You can be seeing that. go into a garden, you can journal and write questions. A great way when you start to journal is to write down, it is my intention to have a conversation with my higher self. And then start asking questions and allow that to come through. To meditate, just to clear your mind and focus on your breath, and be really open to the ways in which that guidance can come through to you, and obviously with your dreams as well. So I hope this has really helped you to know how to connect with your higher self, and let me know how you get on with that.